What does it actually mean to live a full, meaningful life? Today, we're going to explore a field that's dedicated to answering that exact question for every single person, no matter what their challenges are. We're diving into the world of occupational therapy.
So let's just start with that big question. Really think about your own day-to-day. What are the things that give your life structure and purpose and just joy? What are the activities that truly make you feel like you?
And when you really boil it down, the answer usually comes back to one thing: the ability to participate, to just do the stuff that matters to us. Whether that's something as simple as making your morning coffee, heading to work, playing with your kids, or getting lost in a hobby. And when that ability gets challenged, man, it can impact every single part of your life.
And that is where occupational therapy, or OT as it's often called, comes in. It's a health profession that's really focused on one core idea: helping people live life to its absolute fullest, whatever that happens to look like for them.
And let me tell you, the vision behind OT it's huge. It's so much more than just recovering from an injury. It's about creating a world where every single person has the chance to participate, to feel like they belong, and to really thrive. This quote here, it just perfectly captures that powerful, all-encompassing approach to well-being.
Okay, so to really get what OT is all about, we have to clear up its most important term, and it's one that a lot of people get wrong. So what in the world is an occupation in this context? Here's the key thing to remember. An occupation is not just your 9-to-5 job. Nope, it's any meaningful activity that occupies your time. It is, quite literally, the stuff of life.
And yeah, just look at this list. It shows you the incredible range of what occupation really means. It covers everything. From the absolute basics of self-care, like getting dressed in the morning, all the way to really complex roles like being a student or a parent or a volunteer in your community. It's all the things we need to do, want to do, and are expected to do.
So if occupation means pretty much everything, then who exactly does OT help? Well, the answer is kind of everyone, at pretty much any stage of life.
For instance, OT can be a game changer for a child with autism, helping them navigate the worlds of school and play.
Or think about a wounded warrior, where OT helps them adapt and re-engage with life after completely life-altering injury.
And then, on the other end of a spectrum, it can help an older adult keep their independence and stay safely in the home they love. The range of who this helps is it's huge.
And here's a cool fact. This field has some surprisingly deep historical roots. It was actually born out of World War I as a way to give vocational training to injured soldiers, helping them get back to a useful, independent life. And that core principle, enabling participation, has been at the heart of OT ever since. Okay, so that's the what and the why. But how does this actually work? Well, the whole process is incredibly collaborative, and it's completely tailored to each individual. So it always starts with you. An OT practitioner works right alongside you to build what's called an occupational profile, which is just a fancy way of saying they get to know you, your history, and what really makes you tick. From there, you set goals together. And then the intervention starts. This could mean learning new skills, but it could also mean adapting your environment to support you better. And here's a really crucial practical tip. In many places, there's something called direct access. This basically means you don't always need a doctor's referral to see an occupational therapist. And that's fantastic because it just removes a barrier and makes getting support that much easier.
All right, so let's get into the nitty-gritty. What does the intervention actually look like? What's in the OT toolkit, so to speak?
Well, the OT toolkit is incredibly practical. For example, an OT might train you to use adaptive equipment, like a shower chair, to make daily tasks easier. Or they could give you strategies to help with memory and focus. They can help you structure your daily routine, suggest simple changes to make your home safer, and support you in getting back to work, school, or your favorite hobbies.
Let's make this real for a second. For an older adult, OT might mean learning some energy conservation skills so they can manage a chronic condition and still do what they love. Or it could even mean working with them to make sure they can keep driving safely, which is so important for staying connected to the community. It's all about finding those practical solutions that keep you engaged in life.
Look, if you take one single thing away today, let it be this. Occupational therapy is not about fixing people. Not at all. It is all about empowering them, giving them the skills, the strategies, and the adaptations they need to break down barriers and participate in the life that they want to live. Which, brings us right back to where we started. So I'll leave you with this to think about.
What are the occupations, the big and small things, that bring meaning and purpose to your life? Because really understanding the answer to that is the first step for all of us to living life to its fullest. Thanks for joining us.